Everybody, welcome back to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Alright, so I am on DCUO PTS. I'm going to be checking out Atlantis. I made a healer, a water healer. A couple people wanted to see the water mechanics in. I haven't set up my DPS build as of yet, but that's fine. I'll just make the switch when I do some of the other content, but mainly I'm going to try to heal. So we're going to get into it and do the quest line. So it's kind of what we want to go with. We want to go by combat rating. And we have the mission, which is labeled Atlantis.
Greetings, friend. The Royal Council has called a tribunal to review the events that took place at
and then you'll go to the Royal Palace event.
I request your presence here in Atlantis so Arthur and I can honor your
Now,
heroics.
we do have 2 new raids, but I'm really hoping we get a duo, and I'm also hoping we get an alert out of this. We may not, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they'll still have a couple of things set up. So I'm going to switch to the DPS role because this is a solo mission. I have my trinket and stuff, which reminds me, I should be slotting that down here. I still need to get a couple of things. Like I said, I just kind of put this dude together.
Thank you for coming.
Got my enhanced gear.
Besides Merc, who I would trust
I still have to
you forget,
mod my
dear
mainframe.
Husband, I need no one's protection. Our friend here is to be recognized for acts of heroism.
I did get my cybernetics
As
implanted.
you say, Mara,
and
but this tribunal is shaping up to be more of a witch hunt than an award
We're
ceremony.
going to turn this down a little bit.
Now, brother, let us hear what the council has to say. Perhaps they've finally recognized which son of Atlan is worthy to sit on the throne.
Glad to see you still have a sense of
Hi.
humor, brother.
So we're just going to turn that down a little bit. I've already did this once. The cinema is pretty good. I love the atmosphere. I'll keep the text up since I got it low. The only thing critical in this part is just would like to see a little bit of eyebrow movement or eye blinking. A little bit of blinking would just give it a little bit more characteristic.
By the order of Poseidon, we strip you of your royal title as King of Atlantis and find you guilty of treason.
I'll also be doing the 2 new raids, hopefully, as well as checking out the Atlantis. I made a hero out of this dude.
Atlantis has chosen a true king to lead it. No longer will we allow an absentee, surface-loving,
One with the reptile skin. Look under with the cybernetics. Since I'm in the water, I want to kind of go with the cybernetic croc look. I just wish it would give us all the feats, to be honest with you, when we're in here. We get feat points, but not as much as I would like. How are you playing? I'm on PTS. If that's what you're asking, how am I playing it? I'm on PTS. I have permission also to be streaming the content. Daybreak Games has given me permission to stream the content. So I do have permission to stream the content from Game Break, so I'm able to cover the content before it goes live, which is really cool. As a content creator, I've been given permission, so it's pretty badass. I love it because we got swimming, graphics is looking good. Hoping to cover some of the new raids today. Get a lot done. So, okay, so there is this thorn coming my way. Okay. I want to skip all the trash as much as possible. Okay, I like the water effects in here as well. They're very distinctful, so there's not a clash of like animation. Wanted to go with all water theme as much as possible. Nice, yeah, that was excellent. I actually got to talk to him yesterday on the stream. So somebody they texted into the chat, said, yeah, Mystic, you have permission to go ahead and stream the content. I was like, thank you. So I did get permission from the team. I'm really liking it. The swimming is pretty badass. I hope I don't rust. I'm in cybernetics, you know. Love that trident animation. It's badass. Keeping the high tide up for the buff. I'll save the supercharge for the boss encounter. I run build's a little different. I want to really maximize the high tide. Looked cool. It is very cool. I'm really pumped up about it. I'm really pumped up about this DLC. Hope they... Do you know when it's coming out? November 8th. It'll be live for all platforms. Okay, now I did notice that the swimming... So typically I have skimming. So the swimming does change based on the power type. So like if you have flight, your legs are out more. But since my movement speed is different, my swimming style is different, which is nice. That's kind of cool. So there is a difference between movement style and the way you swim. So I have to check out Speeder yet. It'll be kind of interesting. Because my swimming is actually changing because of my drift. Because I have drifting. There's normal swim. So there's a normal. But it's slightly the way your pattern looks. How's it going? You found any collections? Not yet. I just got back on. I had to set up a healer. So I haven't, this is my first time actually coming on in like full end gear. Well, up until next to best in slot. So they're not giving us access to that right away, which just sucks. I really wish I could check it out. I just wish they'd give it to us. But hey, whatever have you.
Stop sniveling and use your brain.
A little bit of graphic splitch right there in the leg movement. I got an aura. I got the pollen aura on. It was kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna hit this. Hit my supercharge. That's gonna take a shitload out of him. Maybe I should have went with pistols with this build. I don't know. Okay, he's running to the next area. Any new powers coming out? Not with this DLC, no. No new power set. Keep that high tide up. Using the dot. I like the bubbles also. It gives me a shield and a critical amplifier. I love the graphics. The graphics are just amazing. They need to add a trench too. Yeah, that's the one thing. That's always what I've been critical on. They do good, but they need to expand on the DLCs. I mean, it's kind of depressing to think, okay, you have this beautiful environment, but it's limiting. So that's the only downside I would give it. Ocean Gauntlet box. Okay, so we'll grab it. Okay.
Use the controls to open the flood vortex, but be ready. This will not be
Atlantis vitals monitor. So we have some new housing items or layer items as well.
Wait. I am far too important to die like this.
I'm too far important. I just got the drown jacket. Nice. Congratulations. Yeah, I like some of the new stuff they put in. I'm not a big fluff person, but having accessories to customize your look is kind of important. I always try to make alterations. I like the design that the team does, so I'm very appreciative of them putting it in game, but I always kind of modify things, and I think everybody does to a degree, right? And I think King Shark was a great white. I mean, this looks more like Hammerhead. I could be mistaken, but...
My associates found you half dead nearby. So, I guess you owe me.
I guess you owe me.
Barnacles the brain to try to take the throne from Thorum. He's hiding out down in the trench. For fear, Rath's goons...
Okay, there's the trenches. You can find Mara is the next quest line. Now, environment-wise, for the city, amazing. The schools of fish running around. If you look up, you'll see whales. You can hear the whale sounds. So we look up, and we have schools of fish. We have whales over in the distance. Environment is amazing. We are sectioned off. Only in this area. That's the most disappointing aspect for me. The map looks big. It is big. We have this whole area to roam around in. But to find things, briefings, and all this other stuff, which is cool. And I will say that. There's a lot of really cool stuff. Is that what I think it is? It looked like a treasure chest. So we got seaweed. We got a lot of really cool stuff. We can check out the streets. Of course, these are all hostiles. You are a treason because there's a new king. All right, hold on. Trying not to aggro as much as possible. All right. So it's gonna make traversing the ground game a little challenging. but the swimming is pretty good. No shark, crab, turtles, or seahorses. I know. I really wish they'd put a little bit more aquatic life in here. I think if they did that, it would be a perk. I agree. Add some seahorses and maybe some little tropical fish running around. That's just, it is a food for thought. There's Aqualad.
The name's Calder, but most folks up top call me Aqualad. Mira sent me an SOS at the Titan's Tower, and I came as fast as I could. We need something to get us past the crowd.
You'll get quest lines. Okay, now I'm going to also queue up for the new raids.
Go roll some acolytes and find out what they know.
Okay, we will be going healer if possible. So we are queued up. I don't know. Let me see what everything's set up different here, so I want to make sure we have the right channel. Okay. Hoping it went in. So we'll see. I don't know how to get to the server channel. Nope. Yep, I do want a group. Totally. Totally. Okay, I'm going to be healing this. Need one for the alert. Oh, do we have an alert? Okay, cool. So we have an alert. We have one new alert. Thank God. It's just not in the event. You have to be a tier 9 to do the alert. So we do have a new alert. Let me check what we got. No new duo. And we do have that single target, the Royal Palace. I think I want to change that loadout one little bit. I want the high tide, but I want that groundwater. I'm keeping the men wounds. No killer whales. Crocodiles, basically everything in the Aquaman movie trailer. So we got a new alert. So we did get one new alert. So this is the new alert. This is a dry area. As you can see, I'm hovering.
You made it. And just in time. Those silent school chumps are working on some extra credit level spell casting. If I remember my lessons with Tempest correctly, these sigils of Orion on the floor will prevent us from being seen or attacked until we exit.
Enough with the jabber-jawing, kid. Let's kick their tails.
Word up. You heard the man.
Word up.
Shark. Officially out. The headmaster's sanctum is home to the most powerful and
They did a good job. Aqua Lad looks so much better than Arthur. I wish they would put as much detail in Arthur. Get a couple blinks. Killer Shark, I keep wanting to say it's Hammerhead, but hey, the graphics look good. Cutscene, awesome. See the water blades? That was cool. Okay. So what's up? What do we got to do? Cool. Jeez, this is badass. I'm impressed. What the? Whoa! It's like a coral monster. What?
Witness and tremble at the horror of my barnacle guardian.
Whoa! That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Just when you think it's gonna be safe. Okay. I'm gonna try to get him. Wow! One hit deaths on a mechanic. Boy, they brought it. They brought it. They definitely brought the pain, man. They definitely brought some pain with them. Okay. Let's see if we can get it figured out. I'm getting excited now. Okay. Oh shit. Gotta keep away from that fucker. I take it we don't want to hit him. Okay, now he's weakened. His shield's down. They could afford to probably reset the shields, do it more than once on the mechanic, because one second. Yes. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. I think we've been up here. Oh, nope, this is a new one. Keeping my hots and my high tide down mainly. Okay. Kind of cool.
The eyes of Gemini see all. Only those who possess true mastery can blind them. You stand no chance.
This is a mechanic. God dang it. Man, you guys better hurry and figure out which way you were going to go. into the balls. Drop a mine. Okay. The balls are dead. They're dead, Mom. I killed them. I killed the balls. Okie day. Getting a lot of aggro. Saving the supercharge. If I don't have to pop it, I'm not going to. Which way did they go? Wow, this place is big. There's many portals, man. We're going to a lot of places. Damn it, they have Aqualad.
By darkest water, by Sula's horns, unleash the guardian of the crown of thorns.
By darkest water, by Sula's horns, unleash the guardian of the crown of thorns.
I like the enchantment stuff. They could have done a little bit something different with the graphics of the thorns. The boss looks badass. Okay, I like the boss. I just wish the animation of the thorns was different. Got to get out of that. Never stand in AoE. Why you always want to keep a distance around each other. Nice. Nice drop. Come on. Whoa. Get the trees down, man. Not gonna be able to keep them up. Too many ads. We gotta move. We gotta get to that other side. Wow. Nice recovery. Okay, so this is pretty not whatever, because during this phase we have to get all of them down, and they can kill you. Keep note there is a barrel. I'd wait to pop that bitch. I would not pop it anytime soon. Troller, I would recommend a troller on this. Maybe not a tank. I would have maybe a switch out DPS tank and get a troller in here for God forsake sure. Okay. All right. Once again, I love the fight. I love like this big thorn thing here. Teleport. I don't like the ground effect. The ground thorn could be something else. But everything else was cool. Mechanic's not too hard, but at the same time, it keeps you on your toes. Especially because you're in a circled area, and the points in the last up until the last phase, you're pretty good to go. You can space out, you know, the thorn spawns, but at the last moment, you're going to need to focus in on those thorns on one side. I feel like maybe that's something that has to be taken a look at, you know, as far as your play. Not from development. Development was good. It was good. Hate your voice. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you hate my voice. Man, yeah, you want to get that. We have a barrel. Just a heads up. Okay, there's these totems. They'll activate, I guess, per phase. Trying to break it. Okay, what is going on here? Looks like I have like some sort of debuff on me. Thank you. Tell you what, you're gonna want your top end gear for this. Not gonna lie to you. You don't have your top end gear, this is gonna be more of a bitch than you think. Yo, Real, what's up? Did you change your power? I'm on PTS. Yeah, I went with, I'm on the PTS for Atlantis, so I went with water for the test. Because it's fitting, right? We're in Atlantis, we're underwater, we're swimming, so might as well, you know, run up the water power. I feel like it, you know? Kind of looks cool. Oh, that's an interesting twist. Mystic. Yeah. What's up, Real? Yeah, I'm on the PTS. The public test server. I'm in Atlantis. Okay, so we did 2 mil healing. That's good. Thanks, guys. Oh, I didn't set up that thing yet. Cybernetic core. I want to check out the style though. Thanks for group there, Brav. It was good. It was good. It was good. Good run. It was a good run. I like it. You're gonna want it's challenging. If I mean, and I have top tier up until this new tier, so okay. So I'm gonna drop group. Really good shit. Really good shit. That was awesome. So if a person has all the SP in the game and the highest elite gear and mobs and augments and artifacts fully done and 3 of the best OP weapons, would that person be one of the strongest in the game? Well, there's a cap to everything, but what ends up happening is we have a diminishing return. I mean, you can have best in slot in this game, right? You can get you can put in and get the best of everything. And it will make a difference. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but we, like, example here, we don't, like, I just did that, They didn't even give us on PTS. We get a total max of 213 SP to work with. That's it. That's what we have to work with on PTS, doing even the hardest modes. And we're able to do it. Now, we can still get our augmentations, which I did. I did level up my augmentations and, you know, my artifacts. The thing about it is, though, and it comes down to this, you need progression. You need that stuff to progress. But when we're taking a look at like something like SP, the last 100 or 80 to 100 points is off just by like 2 to 3%. That's not a lot, really, when you take a look at the dynamics of the gear progression and augmentation. So augmentation and gear progression is more sufficient. I didn't even have my mainframe up, but I still have to get my mainframe taken care of. So I still have to put in my mainframe and my oh snap, all my mods on my mainframe. I need all the mods still put in my inputted into my mainframe. So, and that's relevant too, you know, especially for power, for additional power. Like right there, I felt like I was maybe struggling with maybe power reserves a little bit. But I mean, I healed the tier 9 gear fine. So tier 9 alert fine. So we have a Remora style. Not really much in whatever. Also, do you think the neck piece could be an actual style, like a back style? I don't know. I mean, it would be really small, you know, if you did. I mean, you'd have to zoom in just to get an understanding of what you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? What is this, all Remora? So I got Remora in there from that for the style, which Remora's already been out. So basically, artifacts makes you stronger. Right. When we take a look at artifacts, is definitely in augments. Now I still have to finish up whatever, but like here, like Star Heart Fragment, the stats is what it does. 237 towards my restoration. I get precision. I get the health. I get 0 to the power modifier, right? But the big deal is when I'm using a group heal, it grants me and 7 other group members health to 10% of my restoration. So whatever my restoration stat is, 10% of that increases the health boost. Now you pair something up like that with the scrap of cloak. Now what this does is it pushes up my power. Right? It gives me might, but I don't give a shit about that. I give a shit about the power and the soul trap. Increase your maximum supercharge and supercharge generation by 24 and reduce your supercharge ability cooldown. For me as a healer, to have that supercharge reduction is really, really nice. So this works out really good in conjunction because there's not a lot of healing artifacts. But when we take a look, also what we need to keep in mind for augmentations is our augmentations, because this is going to boost up my stats as well, as high I can go. I got 170. Then of course I'm trying to work on my adaptive augments. So that's another thing that is going to play an important role with stat boosting. So that gives you a lot better results than SP does. SP works in conjunction, but you know, when it comes to gear, you're taking a look and you're like, hey, the is the gear relative? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Now, once you do the quest, you can unlock Atlantis. And here's a question: what would you put in an artifact to make somewhat Kryptonian? I know we have Solar One, but we also have as a tank. I just want to be able to go Super Saiyan 6. It was kind of interesting because we also have the Caledonian juice that you can utilize. Now let me make sure I'm in the right base. Yeah, I'm in the right base. Okay, so I'm gonna go down to the modifier and let me show you guys something. Okay. Now this is kind of important because I need to do this. But the affinity mods are a big plus at 200 plus, right? Affinity in your affinity mods and your other mods. Now I'm a hero. I don't know where these mods are. I'd have to go get them, and I do need to do that. But this is the big deal. Mainframe and layer added with augmentations is a big boost on top of the SP. The SP does yield. I'm not saying it doesn't. But what ends up happening, I have a diminishing return with a cap, right? So, and I only have 3 trees to put into. Now I can add, now I don't have any might-based damage as a healer. I can add to the precision damage, right? So I can add to the precision damage, but if I'm a dedicated role, why would I want to go ahead and focus in on DP any of these other trees? I don't want to. It does me no good. I have no CC effects. I have no, control effects for critical power magnitude. None of those stats matter for me as a healer. So it's irrelevant at this point. Superpower, while I'm in healing role, I'm not dealing damage with the majority of my abilities. So the only thing I can do is do the weapon for the might. For precision. I mean, go off the precision for weapon damage. So that's kind of relative. I mean, if you're going to boost up a little bit of damage in between, but I wish I would have locked that. Because it took my style and funked it. Took my style and funked it. They funked up my style. Though the cannon's kind of cool. So. And do you think we have 5 artifacts in total in our armories? Do we have 5 artifacts in our armories? Like, as far as everything with my armory, I always spec up everything and then I save it. Like, when we take a look at the armory right here, I got 4 plus the adaptive. So I have 4 augments and I got 2 adaptive. That's towards more end game. Right? They took out the affinity thing and then we can get 3 artifacts. But as a healer, I'm limited on this slot. I just want a way to have a build like Superman defense and offense like he is in the comics. Well, tank-wise, we only, like, you have the distillation, the Dillasteel, I mean. You have Dillasteel, which is a tank artifact, and I want to say there's another artifact, and they introduced new artifacts in this DLC. So when I want to go over feats really quick, what feats we're looking at, which is a good point of reference. What we're going to be looking, progress report, what's up? So let's take a look at the new feats. So we have new feats in Atlantis. Equip an enchanted coral augment. So we have new augments, which are now coral augment. Fortify an enchanted coral augment up to 15. When you finish testing, if you could test a gadget loadout, it would be great. If not, it's okay. I don't know if I'll have time progress. I don't know. I'm kind of a busy. I got a couple. I'm gonna try to get through some content. I might be able to look into it tomorrow. I can't make promises, man. Typo. I'm sorry. I meant, do you think we will ever have up to 5 artifacts in our armories? I don't think it's a necessity. I can't say never. You can never say never, but Fortify an enchanted coral augment of 23. Collect 10 base items. It's pretty standard. Complete Sentinels of the Atlantean Treasure collection. Okay. Briefings. Alright. Complete the Zodak Crystal collection. Oof. Okay. So here's our elite, our hard mode. So we have normal, or no, that's both elite, right? Elite. These have to be done on elite for these feats. Fire, not fired up. Elite. Just the event version. I wish they would get rid of the event and just do it normal. I hate the fact that it's based on, or you can do elite. So thank God on that. Elite. Normal alert. Pisces challenge. Defeat each living statue while it is standing in the pools of chum. Be my chum. Electric Avenue. It's on normal. In the Gemini challenge, defeat 10 of each color lesser eyes. So you can't burn down the bosses. You have to kill the lesser eyes before you kill the bigger ones. Okay, the eyes have it. I kind of like that title. Absolutely no distractions. Normal. Okay. During the Atlantis Silent School normal alert, no one can use a gong or a taunt. Holy shit. Wow, in Brian Hulk form to distract the the Guardian. Wow. What? Normal alert. The Cancer Challenge. Destroy the correct moonstone in under 60 seconds. After it is freed from the Cancer artifact. Okay. Roll out. In the Aries Challenge, all members must avoid being hit by the Broccolunus. That's that big rolling dude. Nobody can get hit by him to get that one out of the way. That might not be too bad. Defeat 20 barnacle golems in a single run. That's 10. That's pretty good. Barnacle Blast. Defeat the barnacles within 3 seconds after its shield has been fully removed. Wow. 3 seconds? 3 fucking seconds? That's all deeps, man. Fucking A. You'd have to have a huge burn. Excuse my French, but you're going to have a huge burn. If a tree falls. A couple good stuff here. I wonder if they did open world. Let me check that out again. But let me cue this up. Wonder if they had open world. Did they have any open world feats? You would think. See, this is another thing that's got me. You have this beautiful world, and you did everything for the elites, for the raids and the alert, and probably style feats, but we didn't get anything for zone. Why? Why aren't we getting anything from a zone? That tells me that not much zone content's been placed. Oh man, seriously. They should have added races in Atlantis. Like merfolk? Maybe? Yeah, it's Desolatory. That's the tank one. So I'll go to the Watchtower, show you. But, it's fine. I gotta get mods anyways. But I'm hoping to do the event. I got to get rid of that thing. That's my notification real quick. Hold on. All right. I've got to get rid of that back. I've got to lock these. I can't stand that. That back's driving me nuts. All right. We're locking it all. Lock it down. Lock them down. Okay. We're locked down. Yeah, save it. All right, so let me go over here. Implemented in the game like vehicles. We could have helicopters that we'd have to save, mentors. Yeah, no, I felt like, you know, side missions would have been like the best aspect to the game, like atmospheric play. And that's what I've always wanted. So when you come to the watchtower, before you go into the main area, Constantine's over here. And when you take a look at Delasteel, it's the tank buff. Hitting an enemy with a pull grants you and up to 7 group members health equal to 11, 15, and 17% of your DOM. So that's the Delasteel. Okay. Countering an enemy increases this to PvP. 1. Legionary sparring AI. Now look, they have the immunity here. Now remember I was telling you about immunity, right? Now here's it. Countering an enemy increases your precision and weapon DPS for a short time and grants you immunity to control effects for 3, 4, and 5 seconds. Which is good. It's great. The Legionary Sparring AI is great for PvP. It's what we needed. The problem of it is it's associated with the artifact system. We should have it on Trinket. It should have been applied to Trinket with the global cooldown. But this is being placed on counter, which is great. That's why I said the game actually has some of the best counter play ever for PvP. But, you know, there's just a couple minor things. The game's not bad for PvP. It's not. It's not at all. The game's good for PvP, but the problem of it is there's just no, you know, competitive play, and there's a couple minor things that applied, like the control resistance was like mind-numbing. I'm like, why? 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 All right. So I'm going to go back to Atlantis. It's what we're here for. We don't want to be in the watchtower. We could have a Mongol and War World as a PvP arena. That would be sick. Yeah, there's a lot of options and how to implement PvP. There's just a couple minor things that could fix it. But the problem of it is, like I said, the twerks that people did, like tank builds. Well, tanks didn't go tank. They literally went with the DPS set, switch over to tank roll. So imagine I have a I'm a DPS, right? I put on DPS gear. Now all I have to do is hit T, and all of a sudden so I get a stat boost from the switch. But I still have DPS gear. I'm not dealing lightweight, and I get some of those resistance bonuses. So tanks do that all the time. You know, same thing with trollers. Trollers will do that and get the CC, a better CC. But healers, if you do that as a healer, right, half your damage will turn into heals. So you're not getting a boost to your healing. You're not getting a boost to stats, to whatever. Survivability means nothing compared to the CC, so there's no recovery point if you get knocked down. The CC break isn't the issue. The knockdown becomes an issue for recovery point. You know, if you pop Trinket, that's the issue, recovery point. So that's why I said healers have a harder time unless your nature or, you know, electric has some stun effect. But Sorcerer and Water here has a little bit more harder time. But Trollers, tanks pick the role to reduce their chances of being CC'd against Trollers. And Trollers depend on their CCs to overwhelm healers. But, you know, it does have a slight effect to the paper, rock, scissors. But at the same time, when you have everybody rolling a Troller, half of them are rolling Trollers, and nobody's picking up heals, especially on duos, what are you going to do? I mean, seriously. Most of the time you only see troller or tank. You know? Why can't that be done in the game, be DPS, but go tank and have the buffs? It does. No, they do it. That's what I'm trying to say. So, see, when I go, that's what players do in this game. That's the disadvantage of the stat system. But it's not, it's just how players roll with it. And if they're going to be a PvP, I have toughness, right? If I go with tank, major thing about it is resistance to your CC effects. So look, my restoration, for example, 13,681, right? Now I hit my T to go back in. Look at my stats. Restoration bumps up by 5K, or from 13 to 17. I get a 4K bump. Same thing happens to tanks. If that's what done in the regular PvE game, being tank but having DPS buffs, would you hate it? I wouldn't. Yeah, it would suck. It would cause a lot of issues. It would cause a lot of issues. You know, that would be a lot of bad stuff. Because we have a hard time not having players play roles efficiently as it is. So, like, we don't have a lot of support players playing support roles efficiently. And that's making the difference in leagues. You know, who's playing in-game league and who isn't. You know? I mean, it's not really much of an elite attitude. It's just the fact you run tank in PvP. Yeah. But do you run DPS gear? Because you probably run DPS gear and just switch over to the tank and get the boost. Most people do that. Like 99% of PvPers do that. Why? For the CC resistance. That's why you do it. It's not new. It's just the way it is. It's the way the game is. So recovery point is lost. And now what it ends up doing, because when you can't recover because you have no immunity, you're fucked. It's game over. It's not about the counter system to the game. The counter is not the issue to PvP. One, we don't have competitive PvP, which needs to be implemented. If you want PvP community, you have to have competitive. Hey, do you have the Lightning Strikes episode? Yes, I'm a member. I have every episode to every DLC. So that's the issue when it comes down to how PvP has become what it is. We have no competitive leaderboard to reflect our participation. Legends is good. I mean, it's a great starter for most people trying to get into PvP. I like Legends PvP because if you lose, I mean, you're just trying to learn. You're trying to learn your favorite villain or hero. But the problem of it is when you're running class game, right? It all comes back to what? Recovery and CC immunity. And we have an artifact now that applies that. But unfortunately, when we're looking at Trinket, we get a 30% resistance. That means nothing to a troller. But for the tank, stacking that does little to nothing anyways because the resistance has already been applied because they switched to the role. So they're not in DPS role, they're in tank role. So they already have a resistance. That's the way it's set up. You run the tank gear? Really? I never knew could be done until you just said it. I have always been a tank in PvP. No, yeah, but you can pick up the PvP tank gear. So let me show you that. Okay. I didn't want to go Watchtower, but I'll show it to you. All right. So let me go to the Watchtower. Okay, so I'll give you kind of an idea. And I shouldn't be telling you guys this. This is how I've cheated PvP for years. And like a lot of us did that. A lot of us did this because we just did it. We were just like, you know, well, tank gear. Fuck tank gear. Well, I might take one or two pieces, but everything else, fuck that. You know, fuck that shit. I want to deal damage. So you take the bonus of the switch. So that's how you do it. You're like, sure, why not? Fuck it, they'll let me do it. Okay, so we know the PvP gear, Legends currency, PvP currency. Why don't they have the box? God dang it! I don't know where this vendor is. Jeez, why don't they just give me this shit? Yeah, thank you. Okay, we got 2,500 marks of valor. Okay, hold on. I'm still queued, so... PvE, PvP vendor. Okay. Alright. Now there's a lot of tricks to the trade. Little twicky to the twitty. Used to be able to do it all the time. I was like, shit. Alright. Oh, usually this dude. Hi there, boy. Oh, har, har, har. That's the weapons. Okay, PvP gear. Okay, so check this. Okay, so look. There's 2 sets of gear in here, right? Typically. 97 and 96. 1100 toughness. 1100 toughness. 1799. 1804. Okay. So, and then 1200. See, power is different. People always complain that PvE gear, and you can do that. You can mix up your gear because there's no bonuses. There are no bonuses. You can take pieces and switch it out. That's another thing you can do. Shit. That's expensive versions. Where's the cheapies? Isn't there a cheap model?
If you are worthy.
If you are worthy. No. It's not what I wanted. Anyways. Guess I should have got more marks. It should just load me up. Okay. Now, here's the dilly. I only need X amount of toughness to reduce damage. So I'm going to take PvP gear, and I'm not going to slot all of it. I don't need to. I absolutely don't need to. Why? Because I lose all these stats. Right? All the extra stats. Lose it. I just need toughness. I'll take 2 or 3 pieces of PvP gear and still use, guess what? My DPS gear. I will. I will. I don't need a full set of PvP. There's only one viable stat on there. It's the toughness. That's fucking it. That's it. There's no other boost to the PvP gear. None. Zero. Zada. Nada. So you take added toughness. That's all you're doing. Right? You're just upping the toughness. Right? Because what does toughness do? Reduces damage from player enemies. I don't need to be a god. I just need enough to reduce the base damage a little bit. It's reducing from base, which is also affecting critical. Right? So once I get this up to about 5,000, over 5,000 something, around 6, then it's just keep my DPS set. That's all it is. And then switch to tank mode. And then I get my buff for my modifier, for my resistance. And then I'm still got my might higher and my precision high. So I have a high-end precision, I have a high-end might, I have enough toughness to survive the upfront hits, I have the self-sustaining heal, and I just go to town. That's how it's been done. Because there's no other stat other than the toughness that's applied. None. And it's just like, why do I give a shit about stacking toughness? I only need X amount to be viable and be able to hit them harder than they hit me. That's the whole deal. And that's been the complaint. That has been the complaint. That the complaint has been like PvE gear is beating out PvP because you're losing a lot of base stats because no other stat bonuses have been applied. You know? It's just like, wow, now you just switch your role and then you get another modifier. It's like, holy shit. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you can play with gear configuration, but what ends up making the big difference, plus OP weapons, absolutely, you're getting, yeah, right, absolutely. So the whole idea was like, the toughness and stats are the least of the problems. And the counterplay doesn't need address. The counterplay's here. It's literally recovery point. Because if, for any other player, if you don't have recovery point, you're fucked. You get knocked down, you're dead. You pop the trinket, and if you pop it too soon and you get knocked, getting CC'd and getting breaking from a CC is not as bad as getting knocked down. You get knocked down and you pop the trinket, you're dead. You're croaked. Because if that person's got a supercharge, and they usually will hold it for the knockdown, it's game over. It's game over. Every day. There's no recovering from that. And it takes one good CC to get the knockdown. And if they try to block and you block break, it's a guaranteed knock. It's guaranteed. So it's like, all you're waiting for them to do is either pop or block. If they pop or block, and you hit them on the counter, over. Over. Done. Over with. Kiss your ass goodbye. Kiss it. You need it. You need another you need immunity during the pop. You need a recovery point for 2 to 3 seconds during the pop to recover. Because if you don't, that's why PvP in the game is so fast-paced. It's too fast-paced. Too fast-paced. There's no recovery point. There's no point in which you can recover from a K. If you get knocked, it's literally lights the hell out. Good night, sayonara, kiss your ass goodbye. And it frustrates players. Because even the most skilled players will lose to a stupid CC combo. We all knew about quantum lock when quantum locking was going on. And then players would get frustrated because if they try to block it, well, there's the block break, there's the knock, it's over. Hit the supercharge, kiss their ass goodbye. There didn't take much into configuring that type of play style. But the biggest thing is trying to make sure who was on it faster. Was the question. That was what defined the skill in this game. Well, who was hitting combos up faster? You know, and who was able to read faster than the other player, their opponent. So, the game's built for PvP. It really is. I'm still in queue. I just haven't got anything. The game's built for PvP. It just needs a little TLC. That's it. Little TLC, this game be fine. So, little TLC towards PvP and it'd be good. Give me a leaderboard and give me a friggin', you know, a 2-second immunity on the pop on a trinket for a global cooldown. And we'll be good. It'll be a whole different ball game. I really like this. I love the atmosphere. I feel like it needs a little bit more towards the quest givers, like Titan Tower has. I think that's the Sovereign's head. I think that's the new head. It is. That's badass. Stats on it are a little sick. Item level 225. Okay. Really enjoying this. Swimming's pretty awesome. Environment's pretty good. A lot of people hanging out. I hope they put something in the world besides these mobs. The sound is pretty cool. That takes us back underneath. But to be honest with you, I feel like I want more to explore. Like, it'd be cool if we could go into some of the buildings. Might have to play with that. Like, I feel like as beautiful as the world is, I'm still kind of held on a collar. You need to add every monster and sea creature in the Aquaman movie. They definitely should add a few more creatures. The atmosphere is beautiful. But I feel like there's not enough in the world again. Like, yes, it's amazing. And it's amazing that there's NPCs all over the place wanting to kill me. It's fucking amazing. But what the hell am I doing here? Yes, there's an uprising in leadership. I understand all of this. But what am I doing? Besides queuing up, following a marker. What am I doing? Once again, beautiful elements. But I feel like direction is getting kind of like what am I doing? Guards are amazing. Combat's awesome. Content's good. Look at this. Even the color, different color of domes. But can I get in this building at all? Can I check out the interior? Are there access points to some of these buildings? Is there a fish club? I mean, I love the signs down even here. Sharks, crocs, dolphins, sea crabs, more whales, piranhas, mermen. Yeah, and that might be outside of the city. I mean, we got to keep in mind, right now we're in the city. But having little random fish swimming around wouldn't be a bad idea. Seeing a seahorse here or there would be a good idea. Like a little bit of like non-aggressive sea life, right? In the inner city, from here and there. But sharks, you wouldn't want to, you know, I mean, there's mermen. They'd probably kill a shark or try to get it out of there. I feel you and me think the same, right? Like, over here's the point of interest. Can't believe you guys just let me do that. These guys are sorcerers. Don't anybody tell you don't play with magic. Wish you were a nerd of praise job. I wouldn't necessarily be like nerd's got a lot on her plate. Atlantis vehicles to fight would have been cool too. There's a lot more accolades than what there should. Like, I feel like there's too much. I mean, maybe they're thinking like it'll be packed, but I feel like it's too cluttered. I'll tell you, King Wrath has gone mad. Like, there's like a lot of fucking NPCs, excessively. Are they anticipating it to be like flooded? Get it? Flooded. Like, I feel like I can't go anywhere without bumping into an NPC. If I touch down, I'm dead. But I love these graphics. I love the effects. I could literally probably play around just screwing off all day in this zone. Gotta be careful too, because some of these zones got like swimming guards. Like these dudes. Die, bitch. See my trident? It's made of water. Alright. Could even have a giant Megalodon as a group bounty, right? And I'm hoping they have that, like boss fights, like some sort of interactive. I've been saying the one thing they need in this game is dynamic events. They need a dynamic event, and we need to go and have that effect. Okay, so once we do the initial quest line, we're going to now get the additional weekly quest and stuff like we do in every other zone. Single.
The sea suffers as much as the people do under Coram Wrath.
So we got dailies and weeklies, which is typical. There's the enchanted exobite.
A giant brine hulk is attacking the beast rancher's farm. Help him, please.
I love the graphics. Holy flip, I love these graphics. I love the atmosphere. I want a dynamic event. Do you feel resistance when you swim? No. Absolutely not. It's not. It has like this. If you watch, like you'll see, like it feels We need Amnesty Bay. So much for this DLC. We could have an entire water up. I'm not like giving up completely hope. I would love to see like water themed layers that we can place here. I was anticipating it like it being bigger, but not to say that it can't exceed with other future DLCs. Because we have Foundation here, right? But this section off and that was section off. So I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, it's kind of a lot. Like right here. Right here's a quest zone area. Defeat a giant brawling Hulk attacking the farm. Okay, so there's supposed to be a big beast here. Okay, this is cool. Holy shit. Holy, what the hell? That thing's gonna maul me. I don't want to fight that thing. It's gonna maul me. Holy spliffy, spliffity spliff. Let me check out that job. Oh yeah, it's 8 marks. That's a boss. I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. It's there sitting idly. So many buildings that we can't go into. Yeah. Just give me a building or two. Can I have it? Please. God, please. Can I have it? I don't care. I don't have to go into every building. I don't have to. I don't. No, I don't need to go in every building, but I want one. I'm at Atlantis. You best believe I want to know what it is. I'm not trying to be critical, but I'm going to be honest. What are the problems with the game? What is the issues? It's Kopi. Yo, what's up, Yog? I love the atmosphere. I love this atmosphere. I love it. It's already in the game. Got you. But I want a building. I want to go in. I want to go in one of these buildings. I mean, I know it's in alerts and I know we get building structures, but I want to go randomly and just swim around and be like, hey, what is this? And then all of a sudden there's a random door there that I have no idea where it leads. I want exploration. I'm in this awesome looking city. I am in this badass environment. The best looking environment I have seen in this game for a long time. And I'm not walking into one of these buildings? What is that? Give it to me. I want it. I want it so bad. I love this environment. I love the underwater battles. I love the way the water mechanics work within the water. It looks really cool. I'm giving it a solid 8 for sure. It's getting a solid 8. I mean, I'm just being critical because don't kid yourselves. This is badass. Don't kid yourselves. This is friggin' tight beyond tight. I'm not saying it isn't. But when I take a look at sheer sizing, it's massive. There's this there's really, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I have all of this here, but I just want to be able to say, okay, looky, there's this building. Let me walk in it. Let me walk in this building. If there's a door here and there's a tower, I want in here. That's what I want. And give us the water layers. This would be a cool place to kick it. Yeah, kick it. Yeah, that's a ticket. Give me a water theme layer. I'll pay for it. They're like, what, 12 bucks? 10, 12 bucks? You don't think people pay for that? You got to think marketing. Let's think marketing here. They should have had a king chamber and Aquaman and Mirror Throne room stuff. Well, they already have that, but he's been kicked out. So that's why you're enemy of the state. So that's why I mean, I understand the storyline, but it doesn't mean I should be like prohibited from walking in this bitch and being like, hey, yeah, I know you guys want to kill me, but pff, here I am, smack. You know, let me walk into this bitch. I love the building. I love the, oh my God, I love the swimming. I love the whales. I love the tower post here. I enjoy this entire friggin' district insanely much. And I even can get why there's a force shield around here. That's so cool. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff. There really is. There's a this is badass. I want to check out briefings. Can you imagine going briefing hunting? Underwater swimming things like they did. That would be cool in this place. Like, you know, the races. The races would be cool in here. Like a swim race. That would be cool. But I want to walk in a building or two. Here's a bridge. I know there's a bridge going here. I know this is a door. I just can't get in. I never will be able to. I want to... Right. There's so many... There's just... Give me a couple buildings. Give me a couple. I'm not asking the world. I'm just saying, I'm in Atlantis. This is badass. And then make money. Make money off me. I'll spend it. Give me a friggin' water layer. Make me spend my money. Make me spend it. I know you guys love the sparklings and everything else, but there's players who are saying, hey, I'm in Atlantis. I want a water layer in Atlantis. Can I have it? I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. And they will. They will. I promise you. I promise you. People will fork up their cash to do it. I got to get going anyways. Anyways, I got to cut this. I got to go get my daughter. Look at this. This is cool. Oh, that's badass. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Once again, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs. Thank you guys for watching. I'll cover some more tomorrow. And as always, have a nice day.